Hi everybody, welcome to week 4 of your mini chakra lessons. We have gotten to the heart space. Before I even get into this, the heart is intense. I've been working on opening my heart for almost a year. A lot of garbage comes up. It's intense. So proceed with caution. Maybe only do this or do it very mildly if you're going to do it on your own. Otherwise, find a teacher. Make sure you're in a space to be able to handle uncomfortable emotion that you don't understand where it's coming from. You do this by practicing your yoga. You do this by practicing your breath work. You do this by learning how to be comfortable in discomfort and mellow in extreme situations. When we start talking to our hearts, it does not stop. She or he gets very, very excited that you want to hear her wisdom and also what she or he has stored. And again, this place in the center of your chest is a real chatterbox, and you will feel a lot. You might get angry, you might get sad, and the sadness might come later. Eventually you'll feel light. Eventually you'll feel ease. Eventually you won't feel this anvil in your chest. But it takes work. And it takes commitment, and it takes patience, and it takes an acceptance of emotion and a knowing that you can handle whatever comes up. Because when you start to feel this discomfort, when you start to feel these feelings, something that helps me is knowing that it's like garbage rising to the top. It's the grease in a pan that has to come up when you first soak it before you can actually scrub it. It gets worse before it gets better. So now that I've said all that, you probably don't want to open your heart. But the reasons that you should is because a closed heart is a hard heart. A hard heart does not help us manifest positivity. A hard heart does not help us find romantic or platonic love. A hard heart does not serve us in any way. We need soft, open, compassionate hearts. With a soft, open, compassionate heart, you are able to go through your day with much more ease, much more patience, much less ego, much less suffering. Hard hearts are the reason people need bypass surgery. One of them, like I've said, I believe in Western medicine. I get it. Your arteries are clogged. But Eastern medicine, Eastern healing modalities are vitally important and vitally productive. So before you get to the surgeon's table, you have to start to open your heart. Before you get heart disease, before you have a heart attack, before you need bypass surgery, any of these things, any respiratory breath issues, there's something going on with your heart chakra. So, you know, and even if you have gone through these things, it never is too late to start to help yourself and to start to hear your heart, not to mention the limitless wisdom that dwells inside of it. So if this feels right, if it feels like now is the time for you to start working on your heart, if it feels heavy, if it feels hardened, if you're angry, uncompassionate, whatever, if everybody in the entire world gets on your friggin' nerves, you know, it might be time to open your heart. If you've had heartbreak, you can do it. I promise, I did it. You can handle it. You can do it. But it is intense. Look, I'm crying right now. So to open our hearts, the color that corresponds with this place is green. Lush, alive, vibrant green. And as you visualize this green, emerald, vibrant, shocking green, you see your entire heart space, your entire chest becoming a garden, lush and alive, any kind of garden you want. This is your heart garden, and this is the garden you have to tend. And even if it's weeds right now, if it's dark and gray in there, if there's twigs and dry brush, Just see the garden you want. See yourself standing in it with a watering can. See the flowers blossoming up and blooming. And as you walk through this heart garden, lush, green, beautiful, the most incredible flowers, incredible smells, moonlight, sunlight, rain, it doesn't matter. It's your garden. You see an altar, and this altar is the most beautiful altar you have ever seen in your entire life, and it looks exactly how you want it to look. And at this altar sits a bird. And this bird is here to take your heart's wishes, your heart's desires, bring them out to the ethers, plant the seed so that they can grow. This is called our sankalpa. And if you just allow your eyes to quiet, you come into a meditation for even a moment, breathe into your heart, breathe past the anxiety, soften, submerge. You go down, just like an ocean diver. They have to have more and more oxygen. You submerge deeper and deeper. You have to breathe deeper and deeper. You pass it, just like leagues in the sea. You'll be fine. Pass through all of it. Find some stillness. Concentrate on your garden. And close your eyes. And your heart will tell you exactly what it needs. Don't become anxious. If you can't hear it, you can hear it. You know exactly what you need, and it can be something as simple as, may my heart not feel so heavy. Dear heart, I am ready to acknowledge you. Dear heart, tell me what you need me to know. And even if the wish is that simple, it's perfect. It doesn't have to be more than that. You tell your birdie and you let it take it away. In the meantime, outside of this garden, you have a 12-petaled lotus flower that is pulsating, moving, opening, unfurling, green, 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 alive with life. The other color of this chakra is pink, which is part of the reason. I mean, my favorite color is pink, but it's also part of the reason this apartment is pink and covered in plants, because of my heart chakra. So, lush, lush, gorgeous garden. Open, green lotus flower pulsating with life and desire and wisdom. And another thing you can do as far as visualization for softening and opening the heart is thinking of the one person who drives you friggin' crazy, who you can't stand, who makes you angry, who causes that tightness in your chest. You open it up, you send them some of this green light, you send them a flower from your garden, and you understand that nobody wants to be that way. Nobody wants to be the person no one likes. Nobody wants to be the person who has no friends. Nobody wants to be the person who feels like an annoyance. You open your heart to them. You welcome in compassion. You practice and understand that we are all one, and you could just as easily be them. You just have a different spark inside of you that maybe they don't have. They're in a prison they can't release themselves from. You find gratitude for the fact that you can. And you open up your heart to them. A compassionate heart is a soft heart. Compassionate heart is an easy life. And believe it or not, I learned this from Louise Hay, we are all energy. So when that person, whether they realize it or not, feels the energy shift coming from you, they too will shift. They too will change. And this is how we help each other. And this is how we help ourselves. Green lush garden, just the color green. 12-petaled lotus, picturing the person who hardens your heart and breathing into them and sending them compassion and sending them light. Compassion is the single most effective, useful tool in enjoying your life, period. It also removes the ego, because we understand that person didn't cut in front of us. That random stranger did not pick us to cut in front of. Maybe they just had a breakup. Maybe they just got fired. Maybe they're just ditzy. Maybe they literally didn't notice you. But there's no reason for you to get upset. You open your heart. You calm down. If you need to say something to them, you say it. But attacking each other, I often say when I teach, when an edge meets an edge, we just have two hard things. When an edge meets something round, it softens. It no longer will poke our eye out if we hit it. Someone has to be the one to soften. You can be the one to soften. Okay. So we need mantra, asana, and crystals and affirmations. crystals. Rose quartz, period. Place her on your heart. Keep her in your home. I have a mala bead rose quartz. It broke. I still wrap it around me like the lasso style. I have huge chunks of rose quartz all over my house. I place them on my chest. I hold them. I put them in my bra. If you're going through a super bad breakup, if your heart is broken, if you just went through a heart surgery, get yourself some rose quartz. Anything green is also great. Emerald, tourmaline, I read, is very, very great. Watermelon tourmaline, not black tourmaline. Watermelon tourmaline is awesome because it's green and pink. If you really want to go there, if you can handle it, get malachite. Malachite is not gentle. It will rip it right out. It will take all of the toxins, all of the wounding, all of the garbage. It is intense. Rose quartz is much more gentle, but it has the same effect. So depending on where you are in your journey, depending on what you know is right for you, depending on what you know you need, those are my crystal suggestions. Rose quartz, watermelon, tourmaline, emerald. And if you really want to go for it, it does not mess around, get yourself some malachite. Affirmations and mantras. So, you know, when I say there's no specific goddess or god that sits at a specific chakra, I mean the mantra that aligns with that chakra does not align to a specific god or goddess. For example, last week I said there's no god or goddess for our fire chakra. There's Agni. And actually, you know what? He probably does have a mantra, now that I think about it. But this week at our heart, we have Lakshmi, who also sits on our second chakra. So you can sing Loka Samas... that's the heart chakra. You can sing Om Shri Mahalakshmiye Namaha, which I taught in the second video, water chakra. There's a full tutorial there on how to sing it. The chakra, the mantra I like for this chakra is the chakra of compassion. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 English, heart is light. I release fear, I call in trust. I love myself. My heart is open, receptive, and soft. I open my heart with patience and kindness. I am compassionate, etc. Asana. Very easy, very simple heart opener. As you do it, you envision your lotus, you envision your garden, you turn towards the sun, you bring your hands behind your back, you're standing, intertwine your fingers, your elbows are straight. Anytime I try to stand for you guys, you can't see it. Arms straight, you roll your shoulders back, you let your chin come away from your chest, and your heart presses forward. You lead with your heart. That's the most simple one. And you can do that when you're doing that compassion exercise, whatever it may be. Hands to heart in meditation, or warm them up. Hands and arms are a conduit of the heart chakra. Sometimes as you're doing this work, you'll have an itch to do this. Do it. The energy wants to leave. Let it leave. You can hold yourself like this. Or this is the mudra for the heart space. When you're working with your heart, hold your heart. And then, of course, we have wheel, we have bridge, we have standing back bends. Basically anything where your heart is opening and you are leading. Camel pose. Whoo! That'll do it to you. So actually those are 4 really good places to start. Bridge, wheel, camel, standing back bends, and just your typical heart opener. Again, Dharma Mitra, D-H-A-R-M-A, M-I-T-T-R-A. Stick them in the Google with any of those poses in the Google, and they'll pop up. So that is your heart chakra lesson. If you want to reach out to me, if you want to do a lesson with me in regards to this space, let me know. Diana, D-I-A-N-A, at Sophrosoon Wellness, S-O-P-H-R-O-S-U-N-E, wellness.com. We're on Fit Intense. If you need a teacher, find a teacher. Take care of yourself. Lokasa Mastasu Kino Bhavantu.